jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back
Once again, you tuned in to World Combat Sports. Salute to everyone that's in the building. Hit the like button when you drop through. Appreciate you. Hey, you know what it is? Another one. The thumbnail in itself. This is about some open boxing topics. But the main topic is, of course, the price hike of Keith Thurman versus Mario Barrios. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to the supporters of the channel. Thanks for tuning in as always. I appreciate you. And we're going to talk about some boxing. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about some boxing topics. So we're going to get down to it. You know what I mean? So initially when this fight was talked about, boxing did what boxing loves to do. They pretty much puppetized the audience once again with a low ass price. I'm telling y'all can't get used. Look, don't act like it's brand new every time boxing lies to you. Treat it like they're a liar so you won't get hurt. You get your feelings hurt real bad each and every time you think they on some genuine shit and they not. They came out and said this fight was going to be $40. Initially, they said $40. Now this PPV is $74.95 for Thurman versus Barrios, dog. This is not no ordinary matchup for Keith Thurman. Like, this is the funny part about it. This is the funny part about this. Both of these fighters, they don't even link up as far as individuals that's coming off a win. Keith Thurman's been out the ring for quite some time since he fought Pacquiao, right? And we all know what happened with that situation. Keith Thurman coming off a loss via split decision in 2019, July 2019. Mario Barrios. We all seen what happened, right? What happened with Mario Barrios? He's coming off 11-round stoppage of Gervonta Davis back in June 2021. Both of these fighters are coming off losses, and they're PPV. Both of these fighters was in a championship fight from their previous loss. So if you look at it that way, you kind of give them credit. You say, okay, you know what I'm saying? They was in a championship fight. But the one thing about it, not to be petty, y'all. I'm serious. I'm not trying to be petty about this shit, dog. Both of these guys lost their title. Both of these guys in their last fight lost their title. Both of them in two different weight classes. Barrios at 140, Keith Thurman at 147. Both of these guys was coming off a championship fight. Both of these guys was coming off title defense. Both of them lost. Both of them. So now they want to charge us $74.95. And this is a non-title fight. This is state of boxing where it's at right now. You know what I'm saying? Because they always talking about the PBC is where it's at, it's making this, making that. But you're going to see something quite different now. Being that everything you've been hearing about PBC on people money or whatever, and investors and so forth, you're going to see a lot of PPVs. You're going to see a lot of pay-per-views, y'all. And it's going to be pay-per-views like this. They're going to start upcharging the pay-per-views on these fights. They have to make something. So either you're going to look at it or you won't. But they're going to start putting these fights on pay-per-view because they need to recoup money. You know, them fighters over there at PBC just can't be parading around here talking about, I'm going to talk to Al, I'm happy, Al treat us right and everything else. Now you got to start boxing for your paycheck. And who's going to suffer? Outside of the fighters is going to be the fans, because you have to choose whether you want to purchase it. If you're a true dedicated boxing fans, whether you're going to purchase it or not. That's what the big deal is. Andrew Charles on deck. What's good? We here. What's good with you? Appreciate y'all pulling up. Both of y'all on deck. The Boxing King Archive. Salute to you. Seawood on deck. Salute, bro. Salute to you, King. The Boxing King said, according to Keith Thurman versus Mario Barrios, is a WBC eliminator. WBC says, I think Suleiman watching out for his Mexican brother, Mario Barrios. I can see Mario's petition the WBC to become the mandatory. Hey, man, you know how it's going to be. We already know deep down inside to the core of it that he looks out and show favoritism towards the Mexican fighters, Latino fighters. We understand that. That's no secret. That's no secret. But when it comes to this fight right here, I can't see them putting all this effort, this supportive effort behind Mario Barrios because he's so plain. Like outside of his El Azteca, ring walk. I mean, he's a good dude, but it's not too much behind him though. Like, regardless if they make him anything, Mario Barrios, his personality is just a dud. Very banal, to be honest with you, bro. It's the plainest of what you're gonna get. Keith Thurman is just the opposite. Keith Thurman bring that, that energy. He's a mouthpiece, very vocal. He know how to talk his shit. Former unified champion. If this fight goes down any other way than what we expect it to, with Keith Thurman coming out the victor, it's gonna be boxing once again. Slapping us with the front and backhand and saying, hey, I told you. Stop getting comfortable in here. I want you to always be on alert. You got to be willing and able to accept what we about to see in your way. Boxing going to slap you with the front and back of their hand. Just stop being comfortable. I don't like comfortable people. I want you to always be, on alert, vigilant. If you think we're going to do this, this way, we're expected to go the opposite way. Expect us to go against the grain. And that's exactly what they did with this $74.95. Who in their right mind? Both of these cats are coming off a championship loss. Both of these guys was former champions off their last fight. Both of them, dog. And they coming in here trying to hit us with a mallet and say, you know what, I want you to pay this $74.95 right quick. You can do that for me. Isn't this fight on the horizon, y'all? This Thurman Barrios, how early is this fight? Look, we on January 18th. Isn't this fight next month? This fight is February 5th. Where's the promotion? Where do you see the promotion? to get us to want to tune in and pay $74.95 for Thurman Barrios. This is absolutely hilarious, bro. You know, like, man, they totally take the boxing fans for granted. They take us for a joke because to them, they're like, well, the fans gonna pay for it or not. We don't really care what their opinion is. We don't care. That's really how they feel. They don't really care about what we say here on YouTube or what our opinion are. What they want to do is meet some goals. When they all sit down together, they're trying to meet some goals as to the PPV sales they're trying to get. Venue, how many allotted seats, you know, they trying to take care of all those details. But as far as giving a damn about what we say as boxing fans, they don't care. It's a disrespectful, it's a disrespectful type of gesture for them to come out here and have us pay $74.95 for a fight of this magnitude right here, which has very little flame to it. It has very little heat. People only talking about the Keith Thurman fight versus Barrios because they talking about if Thurman win, possibly he may face Terrence Crawford. They're not really talking it up like if Barrios win, he's going to shake up the damn welterweight division. If he goes in there and knocks out Keith Thurman, who hasn't been knocked out, he's been knocked down but hasn't been knocked out. If Barrio goes in there and knocks out Keith Thurman and it doesn't look like Bruce Seldon, Mike Tyson, then I might raise both my eyebrows and say, what the hell? That weight cut must have been hell for Barrios. We got some trouble here in the welterweight division. Mario Barrios just knocked out Thurman. King Mitch on deck. I see you. Don Dot on deck. Jason Williams on deck. What's good? Wow, does anyone know these guys' purses? I don't know just yet, but you know, I actually tried to find out before I jumped on this live. Jason Williams on deck, man. Peace, WCS. Peace to you, my brother. Not good for business, man. Like Al would do this. It has to be a tax deduction or something. Has to be, bro. Y'all hold on for 1 second, man. Hold on for a minute. All right, I'm back. Hold up. I'm trying to get somebody to work over there. Kind of chop it up with me on live, but they driving right now. So hopefully they get home and still want to jump on live so I can kind of get some deeper clarification as to what's going on with this fight. Why they jack it up from $40 to $74.95. So let's go over here to Boxing Scene article, right? They did an article on this. They say Thurman Barrios, PBC, Fox Sports pay-per-view Show would cost $74.95. They said boxing scene has learned that it'll cost consumers $74.95 to purchase PBC Fox Sports PPV show February 5th. And they talk about former WBA, WBC welterweight champion Keith Thurman and ex-WBA super lightweight champ Mario Barrios is scheduled to square off in a 12-round main event at the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino, Las Vegas. They're going to give the records. 33-year-old Thurman, 29-1, 22 knockouts, 1 no contest, will end a 2.5-year layoff when he battles Mario Barrios, 26-1, 17 knockouts. The Clearwater, Florida native hasn't fought since Filipino legend Manny Pacquiao dropped him in the first round and edged Thurman by split decisions in what developed into a competitive 12-round fight for Thurman's WBA super welterweight title. They don't mean super welterweight. They're saying WBA super title in the welterweight title July 19th at the MGM. San Antonio Mario Barrios will attempt to bounce back from an 11-round TKO loss to Gervonta Davis. Baltimore's Davis dropped Barrios 3 times on his way to winning the 12th round, winning that 12-round, 140-pound championship match June 26th at State Farm Arena in Atlanta. What that tells me is you're talking about a 2.5-year layoff. You don't give a damn what we think. And people talk about how PBC is the BET. They act like that's the BET of boxing over there. But BET isn't even black owned anymore. So I'm looking at this in all fairness, the way boxing operates. I'm just looking at it as another avenue that we have to deal with boxing disrespecting the boxing fans with this fight for $74. It's just absolute disrespect. I don't care if you're a casual or hardcore fan. Both of these fighters are coming out championship losses. They lost their titles. And Keith Thurman hasn't been in the ring 2.5 years. So therefore, they're going to bring in Barrios, this is his first fight at welterweight. His first fight at welterweight. And these Latino fighters are getting PPVs right off the rip. They move up in weight right off the rip. Look, I'm not mad at them, increasing their earning value. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at that. The people that I frown up with is promotions that don't even give a damn about the fans out here that's happen to be, the consumers out here that are set to pay for this. Like we follow boxing enough to know that we have no idea what Keith Thurman we're going to get. We don't know what Barrios bringing to the table because this is his first fight at 147 pounds. It don't matter how big you are, Barrios. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter if he matches up well, height-wise with Keith Thurman. It's your first fight at welterweight. On a PPV. And goddamn it, you should be more than happy. The fighters should be more than happy because they get a PPV. They on another televised fight card, and they looking to make some money. The weird part about it is that PBC is going to be putting on fights like this from here on out until they become stabilized. They're gonna start putting on PPV fights, and the card's not going to be that good. It's going to be, a very basic marginal card. I'd be surprised they load this Keith Thurman. Matter of fact, I don't think they loaded the card really. I could tell you who on there: Leo Santa Cruz versus Keenan Carbajal. That's probably going to be the co-main event. Leo Santa Cruz. You know what I'm saying? Leo Santa Cruz and Mario Barrios have common opponents. and Tank Davis. You know, they got Abel Ramos and Josecito Lopez. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not saying people don't fuck with Josecito Lopez. I do, but you know, um, a lot of people don't know him. You know, hardcore boxing fans, yeah, they know him. I like his style. I like him how he get down in the ring, man. You know, his discipline and the way he technically go in there and authoritate his boxing skills. He's very entertaining in my opinion. When it comes down to the sweet sounds, I like Josecito Lopez, man. And then the last one, they have Luis Neri, the same one who was stopped by Brandon Figueroa. You know, he's back in the ring. Brandon Figueroa, fought him, I think, May of 2021. So he ended up earning a 7th round stoppage. Brandon Figueroa on Luis Neri. So therefore, you know, he's gonna be on the card fighting Carlos Castro, who's 27-0. Carlos Castro is 27-0. That should be a pretty good fight, man. It's not a heavy undercard, but it's all right. It's very all right. That's all I can say on that. It's very all right. Yeah, Keith Thurman, Mario Barrios as the main, Leo Santa Cruz and Keenan Carbajal, co-main, Abel Ramos versus Josecito Lopez. And the fourth fight is Luis Neri against Carlos Castro. You have 2 welterweight fights, 1 featherweight, and a super bantamweight. No good businessman like Al would do this. It has to be tax deduction or something. I don't know what it is, man. That's what I'm trying to find out. I'm trying to find out what the hell is going on with this. Like it's February 5th and we haven't really seen any promo, any I'm talking about eye-opening promo for this fight. But you want us to pay $74.95. We're not seeing anything. We don't see the cameras rolling. I mean, what happened to the full-blown all access? I mean, give us something, bro. For $74.95, give us something. Barrios ain't winning this fight. Suleiman can't help him. Hey, Mitch, talk your shit, dog. I can't even go against the grain with you on that. I think you're absolutely right with Barrios not winning this fight. I can't see it. I think he's going to be another Mikey Garcia, stepping up here to the welterweight division for his first fight and take that loss. He may not look bad taking this loss, but he's going to take this loss. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. Part of me say that Keith Thurman, I'm not saying he's going to return the form as he was when he was unified champion, but I think he'll have enough to fight Barrios. You know what I'm saying? I do. I mean, it's hard with Keith Thurman, bro. Like, damn, you want to put your stock in, you want to praise this dude, but 2.5 though. Jesus Christ, you know how long it took for him to goddamn just fight Pacquiao, and now you coming back off a 2.5-year hiatus. A lot of people are looking forward to see how you look, how your boxing mechanics are. You know what I'm saying? Your ring generalship. Do you look like you rusty as hell? Who asked for this fight? Hey, that's a good question about who asked for it. I think that was more so internal to the PBC, knowing that Barrios is going to move up. They didn't want to put him in there with a heavy hitter. So what better person to slide him in there with than Keith Thurman? You know what I'm saying? What better? I mean, coming off a 2.5-year hiatus, bro. What better person to put him in there with his first fight back? You know what I'm saying? First fight at welterweight, first fight back for Keith Thurman. On paper, that shit looked like both of them was out there. They have their own cons. heading into this fight. You know what I'm saying? They both coming off losses, like I said. They was both champions. I think PBC may be thinking like that. I don't fucking know, but $74.95 is too expensive, man. Now you're gonna get people angry and upset that they're gonna really try to damn stream this shit different. Mark Nash on deck. What's good? I see you. They said WCS $74.99, bro. Yeah, $74.99, man. They don't care. That's why I don't understand this, with Terrence Crawford, you go sign this and go sign that. This, man, it's not that easy. All these promotions, they have their checks and X's, man. These promotions have their rights and their wrong, man. But the wrongs are the one that affect a fighter long term, and it constantly affects the boxing fans. We are affected all the time. We are infected right now. We have side effects from this shit because we get on here and do lives all the time and talk about scenarios and fantasies and hypotheticals. We really don't know what really is going. We really don't know what's going on in boxing, man. Like, we can talk about this, and this should be this way, but yet we really don't know what's going to come out in the end. Like the lightweight division, we don't know what's going on in there. We really don't know what's going to happen with the situation with Ugas and Spence. We really don't know what's the reason for this fight with Thurman and Barrios. We're really clueless about a lot of shit that's going on. We really don't know why Shakur Stevenson is getting a fight with Oscar Valdez all of a sudden. We don't know any of this shit. We're beating ourselves in the head, trying to say, why don't we have a clear picture on boxing? We never have a clear picture, y'all. This thumbnail, that shit ain't clear to me. I'm puzzled. For all the fanatics riding with the PBC, that has to be a slap in the face. Absolutely. Because they was just hyping it up that Bud should go over there and sign with him. And PBC up here, they just like any promotion. Like, they have their dark, tales of the dark side in PBC, just like Top Rank. But people now acting like Bob Arum ain't been around since the Don King days. So now that Crawford is doing what he's doing, they trying to act like, okay, let's make it seem like that Crawford keep running back to Bob Arum, who is white. Bob Arum is an OG, triple OG in the boxing game. Say what you want. If you haven't been in that situation to know what Crawford's talking about, then that's what it is. You have to find out. But all of these promotions, including Golden Boy, they have their dark side. You can't find one boxer that didn't leave this promotion, that promotion for some reason. You can't find one boxer that hasn't been kicked out of promotion, released from their contract. It's always something going on, man. It's always whether you perform the way you're supposed to or what. But all this glory that's being put in PBC, man, y'all need to stop. Man, y'all need to go over there and listen to Barbershop Conversation on the live he did on PBC. Man, go over there and check it out, bro. Only way I'm paying that $75 if it's the undercard for Bud versus Spence with a co-main of Tank versus Loma. I can see that. I can see that right there, Jason. I can see that. I can see that. Definitely. But I can tell you right now, Bud and Spence with a Tank versus Loma, it ain't gonna be no 75, shawty. It ain't gonna be no 75. That right there, that fight is coming in probably close to $90. That heifer is waiting to be milked. They just got her out there walking the pasture eating that green grass. When it comes time to milk her, they're gonna milk it dry. Guarantee that shit. It ain't gonna be no 70s, nothing. That shit gonna be high 80s, leveling out at 90 even probably. 89, 99, 90, whatever. Boxing King Archive say, I can't do it, W says. It's not worth it. I would pay $20, maybe 30 at King Mix. Suleiman hoping and praying Mario wins. Hopefully Mario hasn't taken a trip to Mexico to try out some of that steak. Hey, man, you know they probably served that. Look, I'm going to be honest with all y'all in the live chat. I clearly think possibly that they may get that home-cooked meal with the right amount of levels in it. They have a nutritionist and chef that puts the right amount of levels in that shit. Mauricio say, you know, I increased the levels and the meat that you're about to eat are just below that levels. You should be good to go. Just don't overly indulge. You know what I'm saying? He's basically telling them, but you should feel strong and it sets you up to get your sparring and your training. You're going to feel that extra blast. Don't worry about nothing. Just ask Canelo and Oscar. Okay? Don't worry about nothing. If it comes up, all I'm going to do is talk to the people. I'm going to increase the level just a little bit more, and then I'm still going to have you fight. All right? That's the Mexican way. You know what I'm saying? That's the Mexican way right there, bro. Damn, J-Dub. That car you mentioned is worth 99 easy. For real, right? He talking about 75. Hell no, dog. That shit is up there, man. Scott Malone on deck, man. I see how you feel. Not paying. Should be free fight. Yes, sir. That man's making sense right there. He's making sense. It should be a free fight. Absolutely. Williams say at King Mitch, I wouldn't pay that price for the fight either. But damn, what were they smoking with that $75 price tag? I can tell you what they smoking. They inhaling real nice and blowing the smoke in our face. They smoking the good shit, the rich shit, the quality stuff, and they blowing the smoke in our face, man. If you ask them, say why did you just blow the smoke in the face? Oh, I didn't know you were standing there. I ain't never see y'all. Where were y'all at? We was all standing right here. I ain't never seen y'all. What y'all doing here anyway? Who let y'all in here? Oh, they said some of the boxing fans can come. Oh, I ain't hear nothing about that. They didn't run it through me. So since they didn't run it through me, y'all need to get out and let us talk this boxing. And by the way, pass the word on YouTube, to all those outlets to make sure they purchase the fight. All right, tell them Al sent you. The best Barrios can't beat a 75% Thurman at welterweight. And man, we're gonna see if he can make it to the distance like Mikey. You know what I'm saying? Mikey set the standard for Latino fighters moving up a weight class for the first time and going the distance. Mikey Garcia set the standard with the one and only Errol Spence. Went the distance, y'all. You feel me? So if Barrios come up here, man, I'm telling you, they're gonna continue to do that shit. They can say, oh man, go up there to welterweight. Don't be scared. You'll go the distance. You get more accolades and plaudits for going the distance with these guys. Go the distance with them. You get another fight. I know Keith need the money because of the long layoff. Al should come out of the pocket and give Keith $700,000 to fight. I think Keith is getting probably. I want to assume he's getting over $1 million. I want to assume he's getting over $1 million. Like I said, I don't get knee deep into pocket watching. You know what I'm saying? Pocket massaging. I don't really get into that shit. Because there's no way for me to grab the books and show y'all on the live, screenshots of what I took from the books. All I have to do is like talk to people behind the scene and kind of get an idea of what's this and why that and so forth. And we get the results that we getting. I know Keith ain't been shit lately, but PBC always treat him well. Man, they love Keith because Keith, in my opinion, Keith might be slightly a yes person. You know what I'm saying? Like Keith might be slightly a yes person. That's what I'm gathering for Keith. He might be that guy. Like, you got to give Keith the respect, though. You know, he fought the heavy hitters, dog. He fought Manny Pacquiao, dog. Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford don't have Pacquiao. He fought the Danny Garcia and he fought Sean freaking Porter. That man was a unified champion, dog. He took Danny Garcia's belt and kept stepping. He kept stepping, dog. He just didn't give Errol Spence a shot, and that's why a lot of people are not supporting Keith Thurman, because their hemorrhoids are still agitated and they butt hurt because, you know, he didn't show Errol Spence the attention that they thought Mr. Popularity should get. That's all that is. Real talk. That's all that is, people. Bruce Goals, boxing, jazz, and more on deck. How you do, OG? How you feeling, man? Shout out to Bruce Goals, man. Appreciate you having me on the other day, bro. Really appreciated that, man. It's good to jump on another platform, talk about something outside of boxing. Y'all be sure to check out Bruce Goals, boxing, jazz, and more, man. Solid cat, bro. At least Barrios and Thurman are both coming off successful PPVs. I guess that's the logic here. Imagine if this had been Abel Ramos, would have been much worse, even more outcry. I look at it this way, Mitch. Yes, you have a point about PPV success, but who was their dance partners, though? Barrios was dancing with Tank. Thurman was dancing with Pac. Now you trying to say them versus them? They brought the numbers? I thought it was their opponent that brought the numbers. Real talk. I think it was their opponents who brought the numbers, especially down here in the A. That's all I'm saying, bro. Like, this is different. This is different. Everything boxing on deck, man. How you feel, Keon? Appreciate the live earlier, my brother. Appreciate the inclement weather. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Keon, always putting on good boxing lives and talking this shit, bro. It's just, people take it the wrong way. I ain't gonna apologize for shit that happens over there and how the fans feel about me. I don't care. It's not personal to me. So whatever somebody's saying in the chat, it is what it is, man. I don't care. If Al believed in Keith to put his PPV at $75, Al should pay him out the pocket. Yeah, that's enough, to give him upfront money. Okay, so this what happens from my understanding there, Archives, is that, yeah, over there at PBC, they do receive a certain percentage up front, and then the deal is made for, according when all the numbers come in, they pay them a percentage off what the numbers are on the back end. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that goes. They get something up front. Whatever they agreed to contractually, they do get paid up front, a certain percentage. Ramos versus Lopez, Leo returns. Neri versus undefeated Castro. Thurman versus Barrios, solid card. It is. It's a solid card. It's light, though. It's light. You know what I'm saying? It's very light. Like I said before, Leo Santa Cruz and Mario Barrios, common opponent. Both of them was knocked out by Tank. You know what I'm saying? Luis Neri coming off a knockout. I mean, the card is light, but it's not a dud. It's not a dud, bro. Man, there go the link. Did anybody have, any words to speak on this price hike? They trying to jack out pockets, man. They trying to jack out pockets over there at PBC like always in broad daylight. They trying to jack out pockets, bro. Keith is a very good fighter, but he's not Superman. We have to see him fight a few fights before we pay $75. Well, guess what, Archives? You're not going to get it, bro, unless your imagination is superb, unless that shit is on a whole nother level of visual. You know what I'm saying? You have to put your shit in a state of Oculus. You gotta be able to put your imagination in a state of Oculus. Put yourself in a state of virtual. The virtual to figure this shit out. That's what you got to do. You can't just have your eyes open, daydreaming in a room, with the TV on to figure this shit out. No, you need some type of virtual setting, shit that's not realistic, and you got to take your mind off the reality of what you experience in life. You got to role play in this bitch to figure out what's going on with this fight. Everything boxing $74.95. They tripping. They are, man. They jacked up the price from $40. They lied to us again, bro. They sat there and said it was gonna be $40 PPV, and they jacked it up to $74. They don't give a fuck about us, bro. Seriously, they don't give a damn about us, man. They don't care, man. They do not care about the consumer. But we care about talking about boxers who are in the sport. But then again, sometimes the boxers really don't give a fuck about us, and the promotion even give less of a fuck about us. Boxing is a crazy sport to compete in at the end of the day because it is a business, and there's a lot of people that get screwed in the business too. Thurman should win this fight easily. Barrios ain't cracking like that to whoop Thurman unless Thurman is completely washed and this is his last fight. Mitch, I look at it like, newly married. I don't know if he put one in the oven in there yet. I don't know. But newly married, marriage to certain people, it does take away their life. And then also having your first kid. Having your first kid can take away from your focus on boxing. It can really change up your lifestyle. And your fans out here looking when Keith Thurman returning. And Thurman over there hugged up with his wife, chilling, doing family stuff. I mean, the focus might not be all the way there. They talking about Thurman was having a hard time completing workouts. All of that plays a significant role in a fighter's damn motivation. You know what I'm saying? How he's getting locked in for his next fight. Man, you around your girl, dog. In life, it shit happens like that sometimes. Nope, it happens in people's normal lives. When you're in a relationship, that shit happens sometimes. You redirect your focus to your love interest. That's how it goes. And the way Keith Thurman was, talking about his wife, he seems like that man is in some type of love. Shit should be $49.99. Man, they was talking about $40, bro. You know what I'm saying? $49.99 to me, it ain't bad. But damn, 2.5-year layoff, dog. Both coming off of losses. Ed should Keith Thurman for coming off a split decision, though. You know what I'm saying? And kudos to him having a super title. And Barrios had the damn regular. Oh, boy. Thurman has been bullshitting, but he is a premier fighter. No pun intended. Yeah, that's a little good word play. He is a premier fighter. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have to figure it out. Over there, premier boxing champions. They're going to have to figure that shit out. Like I said, they don't care. They don't care about us. No narrative on deck. I see you. If Thurman does 300K, man, if Thurman does 300K fighting Barrios, wow. All I'm going to say is wow. Because I just don't see this fight doing 300K. I don't see this fight doing no 300K, bro. Even putting some uppers in there or something. You know what I'm saying? Some helium in the room. Something to change the vibe. I don't see that shit doing 300K. Let me take a guess on what this fight will be. Let me take a guess. I think I would say this fight does no more than I say this fight does no more than 240, 240, 245K. But it's a lot of people out there that don't know where Keith Thurman's from. So they kind of give him the benefit of the doubt when he had the ponytail that he himself might be Latino. You know what I'm saying? They give Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman's walking a fine line, dog. They give him both citizenships. You know what I'm saying? He can be black and he can be Hispanic. It's according to what crowd you hit. You know what I'm saying? Mario Barrios, he get the Latino, vote, and he gonna bring on that fan base. But that same fan base will support Thurman because he looked like he's Hispanic and Latino or what have you. So they give him the benefit of the doubt and the nod. We support you, brother. Go ahead, fight. Alex Stecker Warrior, go fight him. Yes, we give you blessing. Shit, boy. Man, if Kambosos chooses to fight Loma, Hamish should drag Mikey Garcia funky ass down the lightweight and fight on PPV. The only thing I say about that, Mitch, is that what weight is Mikey Garcia at right now? What weight is he at? Because if they're talking about fighting in April, I'm not saying Mikey can't lose the weight because I just don't know what weight he's at right now. That's what I'm saying. Like, I just don't see. I'm not saying he can't lose the weight, but what weight is he at right now? Because that's a huge jump to go all the way from 47 to 40 to 35. Yeah, he fought there before, but I'm just saying, like, what is he walking around at right now? Can someone tell me when was the last time two guys coming off losses headlined the PPV? That's a good question, man. Y'all tell me. I can't remember. I have to really think about that deeply. You know what I'm saying? When two guys coming off of losses as champions, coming off losses, they first fight back to the ring. They are the headliner. They are the main event. Let me see. I can't really go that deep. Let me see. Have we? I mean, that's a good question. That's a very good question. If y'all even come up on the answer, drop it in the chat, man. Drop it in the highway. You know what I'm saying? Drop it on WCS highway, dog. Drop it in traffic. For now, that's gonna be WCS highway. Goddamn it! Drop that shit in the middle of traffic. Can someone tell me when was the last time two guys coming off losses headlined PPV? Very good question. I would like to know that myself. I never seen this before. If Thurman does 300K with Barrios, he's a cash cow. I just wonder, should we put him in the same category as Errol Spence? If Keith Thurman comes and outdo the numbers, let's just say he exceeds Mikey Garcia and Errol Spence, which I don't think is gonna happen. I'm just talking shit, dog. I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm just saying, like, if he does some solid numbers, if he get to 300K, man, that's a successful PPV, especially for him coming back off a hiatus like he has and fighting a newcomer like Mario Barrios from a lower division. That shit is crazy, man. Crazy. Could they be testing Thurman's temperature to see what pull he still has? I don't know. I couldn't tell you that. None. I can't tell you. What? Why would they want to check Thurman's temperature? Only if he's been chit chattering about, maybe coming back for 2 more paychecks, to see what his mindset is. Is he close to retiring, or he's trying to go for a title run? I can see what you're talking about right then. Temperature check and all that. I can understand that, but if they're trying to find out what's his longevity like, how many fights he has remaining, is it somebody they should put interest in? You know what I'm saying? Over there at PBC, because it'll be good for Thurman to go ahead and get a solid win, make it look solid. If he can stop Barrios like Javante, it will be good. But long behold, I'm telling you, Mario Barrios defeat Keith Thurman, Them black fighters up there, boy, they better have their eyes fucking open. Serious. If he goes in there and drops and or defeats Keith Thurman, man, they probably trying to shake the shit out of the damn. You might even have Mario Barrios fighting dang Terrence Crawford. They said let's just go 2 for 1. Can you do it, Mario? Oh, sure I can. I mean, I'm looking at Terrence Crawford film forever and a day. I know it's I see something others don't. You do? Your compeer Mikey Garcia said the same thing. I know. It's about the same with me. I see some, but I just have to make sure I see the right shit once the bell ring. All right. Because all he saw was gloves to the face. No, I'm gonna be different. El Azteca. El Azteca warrior. Bruce said, Mark, what have I told you about PPVs? Been boycotting since 89. Showtime in that building. What's good with you, bro? $75 might bomb, and I don't mean Wilder, for real. Talk to him, bro. Y'all be sure to check out, Showtime, The Sauce Talk, Shaw News Media, Bruce Goes Boxing, Jazz, and more. Mark Nash Breaking Beats. Y'all be sure to check these cats out. Or have they already reached their pre-fight sales, which has them hiking the price to get the late comers? That might be an avenue right there. That might be something. You know what I'm saying? There might be a tidbit of information, a nutritional bit. The pre-sales might be on point right now. So they say, hey, things are looking pretty good right now. That's if they're not out in the parking lot, a Target giving out comp tickets. You know what I'm saying? Target gets a lot of action when it's time for a boxing card. Y'all know I ain't bullshitting on them comp tickets, though. Canelo versus Angulo. I don't think it was PPV. I don't remember. Angulo lost to Laura. Canelo Mayweather. I like that freaking Angulo versus God damn. He's been out the sport for a minute. And I totally forgot his name, man. On the tip of my tongue, too. Shit. Damn. I can't believe I forgot that shit. Dang. What's good there, Mark Nash? How you feeling, bro?
Salute. How you doing, OG Scotty?
I'm chilling, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just looking at how boxing's, doing the fight fans again with this price hike. They don't give a damn about the consumer. That's real talk. They don't.
Yeah, man, that is crazy for this card right here. I think I might have found the answer to my own question. You ready for this one? Pacquiao got knocked out by Marquez. His next fight was Brandon Rios. Brandon Rios was coming off a loss to Mike Alvarado.
But they wasn't both champions, though.
Absolutely. No. They weren't both champions. You are correct about that. They were not both champions.
Yeah, it's plenty of them that came off losses and
but
fought each other.
Yeah.
Oh, your question was PPV.
Right, and I believe that Pacquiao fight was pay-per-view. Didn't he fight Brandon Rios in Macau, China, or something like that? Was that pay-per-view or was that regular? I can't remember. I know I didn't buy it.
I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not sure.
What do you think about? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What you saying?
What do you think about Keith Thurman talking about his next fight isn't going to be Crawford, and he said this right here, this Barrios fight is going to be a WBC eliminator. So whoever wins this will be fighting whoever got the WBC at the end of 2022.
I mean, I think it's good, man, because it puts pressure on PBC trying to make money now. You see, they trying to change shit up. All of a sudden, this is a WBC eliminator. That wasn't the case before. How can this be a WBC eliminator? Because they always talk about mandatories, right? and they just snatch
Right.
mandatories from everywhere. Look what's going on with this fight right now. He's out 2.5 freaking years, and he's in a WBC eliminator. What?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me because I thought Virgil Ortiz was up next for that WBC welterweight. I thought he was number one.
But see,
So
the Virgil
why did
Ortiz
he
them, they
eliminate?
moonwalking right now. They chilling. They was fast tracking him. They was in 2 tough fights where he took damage. They said, okay, pause. Let's take a break. Let's slow him down just a little bit. So they turning down that shit right there. Just
So
like with Crawford, they kind of
you think
turned
his manager
that
is
shit
doing
down.
that or his promoter? Like who's doing it?
I mean, look, it has to be his team because obviously he's talking with his team. But I'm just saying it's smart for him to slow the fuck down. Because just think about it. Just say, Spence go in here, however it turns out. Let's just say Spence beat Ugas. Do you think Virgil Ortiz is going to fare well if Errol decides to fight him next before Crawford? He might get stopped.
Well,
Who knows?
say
Virgil
that
Ortiz
again.
might get stopped.
By who?
Spence, the WBC
Oh yeah,
champion.
oh yeah. Possible.
I mean, he's been in 2 tough fights where he took some damage, and he was dropped in his last fight. So you want to put him in there with Errol Spence all of a sudden?
I mean, if he ain't ready now, when will he be ready? He's gonna keep fighting and taking more damage.
But what
He
they
ain't-
trying to do is he's young, and they trying to wait for the changing of the guard. It's about to be a changing of the guard, like I said months ago. In 47, 54, it's about to be a changing of the guard, man. We just need to get these super titles straightened up. If we're gonna fight for undisputed, cool. But I think Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford is gonna move up to 54 sooner or later, and that's gonna set up the Virgil Ortiz, the Boots Ennis, and all these other people that's sitting at 47 to get a title shot. You're gonna see a whole new face of champions, man. We just don't know when.
Do you really think Errol would move up and drop his belts, move up just to because his stablemate has all those other titles, and if his stablemate move up, his brother got the WBC. Like, who would he fight?
But see, one thing about from what I'm hearing with Mel Charlo, he's not really training in the same camp as Errol right now. So it really don't make a difference. Like they were saying earlier, Errol Spence was like, I ain't gonna fight my brother and this, that, and the other. Now he ain't in the camp with him like that with Derrick James. From my understanding, it would be more so like they get this undisputed out the way, whoever win between Castano and Mel. And it's all about if they defend them or not. If they choose to vacate them, which is a hunch telling me that they're going to vacate. Whoever wins, they're going to vacate those titles because they're trying to move Sebastian Fundora into title contention, which he is. He's fighting Erickson Lubin. And there's a lot of other fights up there they're trying to make at 54. And they want them champions up there, man. So a lot of them cats should be moving up to 60.
Yeah, but
You don't
who you
think
gonna
Mark
fight at
Charlo moving up
60?
to 68?
I don't see it. I mean, I'm going by what he said after his last fight. He said the 160 is my division. So if Canelo want to come down here and fight, let's make like what? Canelo, bro, asking Canelo to lose 8 pounds to come down to fight you, bro. That's crazy. Like you
So
haven't done it
now
at
you
160.
feel the way you feel. Do you think the possibility that's going to happen? That Canelo's going to come to 60 to visit Charlo?
Hell
Or Charlo's going
no.
to... Okay, so he got to go to 68.
He
He
don't
got to
want.
vacate the
He got to
belt.
go. He got to see David Benavidez up there. He don't want none of that.
I would like that. I
I
would
would
like
like it
that,
too,
but
but
he's trying to
I
fight
would like it
Caleb
too. He
Platt.
don't want none of that David Benavidez. He's look, the knockouts have stopped at 160. So either he's draining himself to make it, or we have seen his peak. He got the frame
Correct.
to go up to 168, but when you
Yeah.
go up to 168, man, you're gonna be fighting those weight bullies like David Benavidez, who's dropping sometimes from as high as 190 and 200.
Yeah, that's a light heavy, easy.
Come on, man. David Benavidez
Easy.
is no slouch, bro. He a big dude. And I think that's why he's so dominant at that weight division because he drains himself down. He can take your punch, but you can't take his punch.
Yeah, David Benavidez, his pressure. I'm really curious to see how it will play out against Charlo. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. I'm just curious to know if Keith Thurman freaking wins this fight with Barrios, how long is he gonna stay on welterweight? Is he gonna move up to 54? Because that will set the 154-pound division on fire. It will. You have fresh faces up there, 47-pound moving up there to 54. It'll be some new faces, man. Danny Garcia, he said he was moving up there. Terrence Crawford, if he choose to. It'll be some good faces up there at 54, man.
I don't see Danny making it up there at 54, man. I just don't see it. I heard him say he don't feel strong at 47. I'm like, when were you strong at 47? Like,
well, strong enough not to get knocked out. That's
but
about all I can say.
Yeah, but he ain't doing no, man. He's in there just taking a beating. It's like he's slow on the trigger. He don't look fast. He's not swift anymore. He's not Danny Swift Garcia. Yeah. He's Danny. I'm just trying to survive Garcia.
I think that might be more so his training too, man. I don't know how much of a role his pops play, but he got mad love for his pops, so he ain't going nowhere. So it just seems like he's not training. He's not training for this to change levels right now before he go up to 154.
Oh, but speaking of training, where did you get that from? I ain't never heard. That's new news for me. Jamel has left Derrick James. Who he training with now?
That's been out there for a minute. That he's not in that camp no more. I'm just trying to see, can I get some, because he has a fight coming up with Brian Castano. So I've been trying to, get some news on where he's training, who's training him. Because I don't think, I might be wrong, but I haven't heard about him being in the same camp as his brother Maul under Ronnie Shields. I did see them take a picture together when Anthony Joshua pulled up. Anthony Joshua pulled up, and that's the first time I seen like the Charlos over there running Shields, because Joshua came in there and was training with Shields for a little bit. So both of the Charlo brothers was over there. But I'm trying to see where he's training at for the Castano fight, man. I heard
think
he's
that's
not
good for him.
with
Why not
James.
stay with Ron? Why not stay with Derrick James?
It's different, man. Like, you never know what's going on with the Charlos. You don't know what's going on with how a trainer act. I don't know, man. I can't call it. I'll just be giving
when he
you
left
my
Ronnie
opinions.
Shields, there was something about Ronnie Shields. He was like, man, I'm a grown ass man, dog. You ain't gonna talk to me any kind of way. I'm like, damn.
Who said that?
That was Mel when he left Derrick James. I mean, Ronnie Shields.
Oh, I mean, Shields told him pretty much about his power. He kind of downplayed, Jamel's power. He kind of downplayed and told him something about the power he didn't possess. And I guess Mel felt some type of way, like, I don't know what you talking about, but I think I'm that guy. Ronnie told him straight up. So you know how boxers are, man. They in a full contact sport, but some of them a lot of them are sensitive when it comes to critiquing them on their skill set.
Absolutely. See, I didn't know that. I thought it was more of like, how your trainer talk to you kind of rough sometimes. Remember how Floyd said he was tired of his dad talking to him a certain way. That's why he went with his uncle. He's like, he don't want to do the same stuff that he was doing when he was 12. So I don't know. I didn't know that though. That's new news for me. But it's truly unfortunate though if he left Derrick James.
Yeah, it haven't been much out on his upcoming fight with Castano and who he's training with, but I'm trying to see myself. Because one thing about Derrick James, he run a tight ship over there in his gym now, since he has his own. And it's not much you see up out of there unless they doing a special. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only time you're probably gonna see some shit, like Errol Spence's injury, I believe that was up in there. And I know the media outlet that put that footage out there, and that's what he get for trusting media from neighboring countries. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you get. He wanted to bring on the big dogs, and they betrayed him. So now it's very difficult for us to get an inside view of what's going on in his gym. He might give you some bullshit like Errol Spence jumping rope, hitting the bag, but he don't really give you the good shit though.
Yeah, I mean, so they didn't authorize that release. I thought they was all for it at first.
No, they didn't authorize that release.
And then it got bad critique, and then it came down.
No, he was getting touched up. And first of all, when you go in these gyms, especially Derrick James, it's no recording, right? Especially when it's sparring. That's one of the problems that Correa had up in there. He was getting mad because he was, videoing certain things that he didn't like. And that was before he had the gym. That's when they was at the other one, R&R, I believe. So he's always been, tight lip, closed eyes on his training sessions in the gym. So hey, I'm just curious to see if Mel Charlo gonna be training with him. I heard he wasn't training over there no more. So if he's back with running Shields, let's see how he look. Because I wasn't impressed with them not being able to change levels, man. Seriously, I wasn't impressed, man. He was on survival mode in there against Castano the first time, in my opinion.
I saw that in certain times too, or when he pressed, like that clip they keep showing on the highlight package when he pressed Castano. Man, he caught Castano with a good shot, but the rest of those shots he was hitting his arms, his shoulders, his gloves. When he shot those shot like 4 uppercuts trying to get through the guard, he couldn't split the guy guard with those uppercuts, and looked like he was punching into the foul at times.
Yeah, and you know well as I do, if you can't get the uppercut, it shouldn't take you 4 to figure out you should go around and attack that hook to the body. You know what I'm saying? Or you can throw a hook around the guard if they have earmuffs on. You can go around the guard up top or to the
like
body.
Joe Smith Jr. did, right? On Saturday, all night long. Go around the high guard. I like the
old boy
Charlo
had the
kids.
high guard.
Yeah, I like the Charlo kids, man. But I just feel like sometimes the more I see of them, the more I'm at these levels right here. I'm like, the knockouts have stopped. I'm starting to see them cheeks blow up in between fights. The face looking real chubby. Cheeks look like Jamal Warner, Malcolm Jamal Warner from Cosby. Like he's storing pause, but he's storing nuts in his jaw for the winter, like chipmunk cheeks. And you gotta do better, man. Like maintaining that weight. Do you think the trainers are responsible for making sure these guys stay on weight in between fights? Are you checking up on
they don't get paid for that. Look, the trainer could do this. The trainer could be like, okay, once the paperwork is done and everything, they set the first day of training camp. Of course, leading up to that, the fighters are already coming in and out of the gyms. They showing up to the gyms. Period. These fighters stay in the gym and just go hit the bag, or they'll do something. So in between time, they doing test weights. They know what they have to get down to. What you sitting at right now? Okay. Hey, if I was you, I'll just start doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Because first day of training camp is going to be this date right here. I mean, they always say it's good to have a training camp where you're not just using most of your rest time to cut weight. You want to cut weight, healthy, moderate. You don't want to have a crash course in a weight cut because it drains your body, make you feel miserable, and your performance might suck.
Right. That reminds me of Wilder when they was like he was looking fatigued early on, and I'm like, Malik Scott didn't know that this weight, how he was handling the weight, with Joey Scott, like, because how often, cause I see these guys have these strength and conditioning coaches, like that's the new thing, right? When I was growing up in boxing, I don't remember seeing all of this behind the scene with the strength and conditioning coaches.
Joey Scott is a strength and conditioning, not a nutritionist.
Oh, Joey Scott?
Yeah, he's a strength and conditioning.
Okay. But don't the strength and conditioning work with the nutritionist, and those two guys should be working with the trainer, correct?
If they have a relationship, but the strength and conditioning is doing what they know. Strength and conditioning, they're not damn finishing up strength and conditioning, and then they in there cooking. I mean, in certain camps you might have that, but that's not what Joey Scott's responsibility is.
Right. Somebody said in the chat, they said he said the trainers aren't responsible for the fighter's weight. That's on the fighter. I thought all of that goes together. That's part of training them. Training them for the fight.
That ain't on the fighter. Who said that? Let me
said it's on. Yeah, it's in the chat. It's the last one. That? It's King Mitch.
Oh, okay. No, it's not on the fighter, bro.
And I don't think that either, like, because the trainer needs to tell them, like, hey, we're gonna go into this one lighter. We're gonna go into this one stronger. like you work based off the game plan is what weight you should be coming in. So I thought the trainer comes up with the game plan, and through his assessment of, hey, we need to be faster on this when we fight this guy, or hey, we want you to come in stronger with this guy. We're gonna gain a little more weight and muscle because we're gonna be standing right in front of him. We're not gonna be doing a lot of movement. Or hey, more running on this one because this guy right here, you're gonna have to burn him out early in the fight, and then the second half of the fight, you're gonna step to him. So make sure you got your legs strong. So I thought all of this comes. I thought it always goes back to the trainer because the trainer makes the game plan. So I thought the trainer should be working in conjunction with
Yeah,
the strength and nutrition, and also the strength and conditioning and the nutrition.
I thought earlier you were saying the strength and condition and the nutritionist. The trainer, of course, they do test weights and they try to find out where their fighters at. Of course, they put them on. After they finish sparring, doing whatever they got to do, and they have to get on the bicycle or the treadmill for a little bit and cut a couple of pounds or whatever and stay on task. Yeah, but when it comes down to the strength and condition, it's not often that I've known them to have dual duties unless they that good. Because most of the time when they come back from strength and condition, the meals are already made. They ain't waiting around to no meals to be cooked. Them shits are already made, meal prepped, and they're eating right away. So the strength and conditioning coach, I don't know how he would be dual head unless he has a team.
Right, right. I thought then what's the kid name? Alex Ariza. He was doing that, right? He was strength and conditioning, but he also was part of the nutrition thing, right?
I'm just curious. Look, he might have knowledge on nutrition. He might have knowledge on nutrition, but it'll be difficult for me to say unless he do it ahead of time now. Let's just say he came in and cooked the meals ahead of time, and then they went on and did their strength and condition, and they ate. The fighter ate afterwards. I can see that happen, but that's a huge role where that person has to get paid for that duty.
Oh, so he gets two checks. Cause remember, the guy, what's the doctor that was training Kodo when he's a doctor out down there, but he was Kodo's he was strength and nutrition, but he also was the trainer as well. So he was doing everything by the numbers and saying, hey, you're supposed to weigh this much. He was real mathematical and it was real deliberate. You know what I'm talking about? Hispanic guy, but he's a doctor. He used to be Kodo's trainer.
Yeah, I don't know his name right now. To be
But you
honest,
know,
I
you can
don't know.
picture his face. You know what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'm gonna find it real quick. I'm gonna find it. But
Mitch
yeah.
say Thurman not fighting Spence in regular boxing shit. Thurman eating that ice cream before the Thurman fight though. Thurman BSing for 2.5 years. And man, Thurman might have found his zen and everything on top of the hill again where he went, that ridge line, and came one with himself. And he might be on a whole nother level right now. Thurman got caught in the mix. It was Thurman that kept Thurman from fighting Spence. He be overthinking shit. He got hurt. Then Pac-Man saw he was sweet. He did, man. He did. Fighters are about to get cut. PBC is about to clean house. If the fighters want to eat, they have to get to work. Hey, none. I heard that on the top rank side too. I heard they sign fighters, but you can be on the chopping block also. For real. You're gonna be on the chopping block also over there at top rank. Because they signed a lot of damn young fighters over there that's on the chopping block. Same with PBC. PBC is changing up their payout format now. They making them fighters work because they owe people, from my understanding, allegedly. Think about it. Most fighters on PBC do not have promoters, right? That means they've been sitting around with their feet up and hands out without putting in work. PBC is cutting that out now. Not exactly true. They have Tom Brown over there, Salito, and Sampson, I believe. They have like 3 promoters. The metric is Al Heyman is like a manager. Let's just put that label on it. He's a manager, right? And he has 3 different promotions. One thing you also see, which a fighter is able to earn a little bit more, I don't know how much money, but this majority of the fighters over there at PBC, they have their own promotional company. You know what I'm saying? They have their own promotional company. Though it may be small, just look at it. Just look at it. Lines Only Promotions, Bomb Squad Promotions, Man Down Promotions, whatever it's called. That is figured into some type of pay. However, Al Heyman is structuring the business side of things. You know what I'm saying? Most of the fighters have their own damn promotion company. But as for PBC goes, they have 3 different front men for Al Heyman, who's still in control. All right. But he's not the promoter, but he is. Like, he's in control of everything that's going on with the front man. He's directing traffic and direction on that shit. You know, that's why Al Heyman doesn't have to come out here and talk like Bob Arum. Bob Arum is the promoter. Al Heyman has multiple duties as a manager with the branches of the promotion that he have up there in PBC. They even pay their fighters different. Yeah, come back. They already had a daughter. Okay, if they already had a daughter, that's probably why, man. You know, he's been chilling. They have to put up or get gone. Hence the PPVs. LOL, they don't really care about Michael Jackson's voice. Yeah, man. They don't. Thurman recent interview, he has swollen jaw and a shine on his eye. Shaking my head, get his ass kicked. Man, Thurman,
Man, he
man.
looked bad in that in that video, man. He got a swollen jaw and he got a black eye on his left eye. And I'm like, what is going on in sparring?
How recent was this? Was it last
I
year?
saw I saw it today because that's when he was talking about because it's on I put it in private chat. I don't got to say the other show name,
Yeah.
but he basically said it's titled "Bad News." Basically, why Keith Thurman basically saying why he's not going to be fighting Bud Crawford next. But the guy is setting it up like, well, Terrence just had a fight. You're going to fight in February, so can we expect a matchup this summer? And not so many words. He said probably not, because the WBC has been coming in asking me doing these weigh-ins with me, and I'm like, why is the WBC coming in here checking on my weight and seeing if I'm on target for weight? He said, so that means unless it has to be a WBC eliminator. So he kind of broke the news like that.
That's some bullshit.
Right.
A WBC eliminator, 2.5 years off, coming off a loss. Wow. And you couldn't make nobody else a WBC eliminator? There's nobody else there?
That's funny. Some your boy said JA said Keith Thurman was in there looking like a battered wife. He does the World Combat. For him to be fighting in February, I'm like, wow, this guy got a swollen jaw and a black eye. He don't even look like he looks like he's been in a fight, not training for a fight. I never seen a guy with his jaw swollen like that and a black eye. Now I've seen guys with a little lumps here and there. You know, I've seen guys come into a fight with still having a little mouse on them, but that jaw is clearly swollen. Even when he's talking, you can hear it in his speech a little bit. So Keith Thurman has definitely been getting some work in or getting some work put on him and sparring leading up to Mario Barrios. So
let's hope for putting work in rather than getting work put on him. What's going on, Sir Senior?
What's up with you, bro?
I'm chilling, man. I saw you over there in the graveyard earlier.
Yeah, trying to fight that troll.
Well, there's a lot of them over there, but they was trying to, certain individuals trying to come at me from being on everything boxing, but the environment is different. You get what you get over there at ETB, and you get what you get over there with the graveyard. 2 different types of energies, man.
Most definitely.
You know that I done seen you kicking headstones over in that motherfucker.
Oh, most definitely. I go all the way in. Because I don't understand how you're gonna, keep moving a goalpost.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate none of that. And then you can't sit here and be like, oh well, this person is crazy, and then you turn around and say the same thing they just said. Yeah, I don't rock with that type of disingenuousness.
What you think about what the topic is about Thurman, Barrios, both of them, right? Former champions coming off a loss, a main event loss, and they talking about 74.95 in the building.
That's what I said. I was like, wait a minute. They got a comedy show and a boxing match at the same time.
We're gonna see some strippers. What we doing? What we
Yeah, I
doing
thought
with this?
that was really crazy. Like, how? Why? For what? Like, why would I give you $80 when you just came off a loss? You came off a loss and you
All
ain't
right,
fought
Mark.
in 2 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like, I'll spend more money watching one of us fight.
I can see if 74.95 was a music act, a performance, about 2 performances in between time of a hip hop artist or R&B, whatever you want to call it. But you want to give me straight, a co-main event with Leo Santa Cruz. You know what I'm saying? You put Luis Nery back on the card. You put
Yeah,
Josecito
put
Lopez
somebody.
on there.
Facts. Put somebody. Give me a double header or something. Cause like, you just trying to rob me. Like, no. What kind of crap is that? Why would I pay that type of money to see you fight? You're not the old fighter you used to be. Neither one of y'all. Y'all are trying to fight your way back up. So why do I want to see that? Like, that's crazy. But that's what happens when you get big headed. You think that, you still Michael Jackson. You never was Michael Jackson. You the background drummer for Prince at best.
Who you talking about that was never Michael Jackson?
Thurman.
So you didn't think when he had the ponytail he didn't come close to it?
Nah, I don't think he was as good as he thought he was. That's why he started getting injured. That's why he started having tougher fights. And then he started getting in his feelings when they were saying, well, all you doing is knocking people out. So then he wanted to box. And then because he wasn't training like he needed to, that's how he lost the Manny Pacquiao fight. He wasn't training how he needed to. That's how he couldn't go back from boxing to be a knockout artist. See, a true knockout artist can learn skill and then be able to box if they got the talent. If you don't train how you need to, you lose that alignment, that timing that gave you your knockout power. Yeah, you might get hit somebody hard, but it's more than just hitting hard to getting straight knockouts. Plus, he went up in his fighting ability as well. So you can't go up in competition and slack off and think you're going to win.
I was if Mel beats Castano, he will vacate and move up. I think Maul will move up as well. But the Charlos have held titles in the same division before. Yeah, 154. Triple G on this way out. Marauder as man, that 160-pound division is just. I mean, I'm talking about it's a circus. It's like an empty motherfucking what they call that. We used to go to when we was younger. Six Flags and all that shit. It's just like you go there and there's nobody on the rides, there's nothing moving. That's what 60 is. It has all the damn rides and everything, but it ain't no operators, it ain't no shit moving, nothing. Nobody ain't doing shit up there. You know what I'm saying? Murata had been out the sport for damn near 2 years too. They ain't stripped him of the title. Triple G, he gonna do what he gotta do, hang around, get privilege. He should have never had that IBF title still. And then Demetrius Andrade, is he going to move up and become a WBO mandatory or not? If not, stop talking about it. If Mar Charlo wanna satisfy us, just fight Demetrius Andrade. Do us that at 60.
Facts.
We'll tune in for that fight. For real, we'll tune in for that. Real talk. But that was a good point
like
you
Mark
made about
said
Thurman,
though.
man.
But like
Go
Mark
ahead.
said though, Beyonce and Jay-Z tickets be like that. They be like 70, $80. Why would I go see what looks like a beat up Keith Thurman, who you already know is old and coming off an injury and a loss, when I could go see some entertainer. I can go see one or two comedy shows. Why would I want to see that? Like, unless he add somebody spectacular to the undercard, unless he, do a double header with somebody else, there's no way nobody's gonna buy that. Why would they want to buy that?
Not
He
with Leo
has
Santa Cruz and Keenan Carbajal as the co-main. Hell no.
like, for what? Like, people barely will want to watch that on regular television. They'll click away and click back.
He ain't never lied for real.
I'm trying to tell you, like, this is crazy. I don't know what these people thinking. I don't know what they thinking. I guess they not in touch with reality anymore. It's the COVID. Plus, you get to see real fights. Then you want to sit here and think that somebody gonna buy some crap? No, ain't no way in the world. I spend my money supporting one of the YouTubers, one of the boxers I like. Buy me another hoodie. I ain't buying that.
King Miss said everyone shits on Angel. He is telling Danny the correct shit in the corner during the Spence fight. He was a million times better than seeing in Tio's corner. Yeah, but that doesn't mean his contribution to the fight camp though is what it need to be. You make a good point, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, we know that we heard Roger Mayweather several times. Fuck that motherfucker up, fuck his ass up. He can't fuck with you. Goddamn, drink some water. All right, go up there and fuck that motherfucker. Roger Mayweather didn't give too good advice either. Now let's get that straight. It's up to the fight at the end of the day. Joe Smith fought a low-level fighter in short notice. Yeah. And he broke him down. Fuck, no trainers aren't responsible for no fighters' weight. That shit is on fighters. Totally disagree with that. All the test weights I see people going through, it's just not on the fighter. If a fighter fails to make weight on the scale, then the trainer should share some responsibility. He's going to share some responsibility because he should have been monitoring it himself. The WBC making Thurman versus Barrios a title eliminator is a reason for the hike in the PPV for their February fight. Just found the answer. So appreciate that, None. So check this out. They all of a sudden come up with a WBC eliminator, which makes no sense. I feel it's just like a facade, really, because they're putting a sorry ass fight on PPV for a WBC eliminator. Will we even get that fight for the WBC eliminator? Are they trying to set up if Errol Spence don't get the Terrence Crawford fight, he get the winner of Barrios? You know what I'm saying? He gonna fight the winner of Barrios Thurman. Do you think that's maybe a case they're making this a WBC eliminator? Just in
I
case
think
we
that's
don't
what
get
they're doing.
that Terrence Crawford fight right away.
I think they're doing that honestly because Errol Spence doesn't want he don't want Bud. Even with all the drama and the back and forth stuff, Errol Spence does not want Bud. You look at his body language, he don't want it. He don't want that fight. Now maybe he thinks this is a high risk, low reward. Mm-hmm. Maybe it is. I mean, I wouldn't want to get my face knocked off. Look how he's done to his last 9 or 10 opponents. Look how he's done to everybody in 147. I wouldn't want no parts of that. I wouldn't want no parts of that.
Just for the record, not to cut you off, Surf Senior do be keeping the same energy though. With this Arrow don't want to fight Bud. He does keep the same energy, dog. That I know.
Because I promise you, I pay attention to him. I watch him. If you listen to what his trainer says, his trainer said EJ is a grown man and you can't make him do nothing he don't want to do.
Correct.
He said that when he was talking about Errol Spence fighting Bud.
He did.
He even talked about, I agree with a little cherry picking here, cherry picking there, getting your money up and all of that. But you still got to make the fight. And sometimes you might have to give a little and take a little. He was talking about EJ. Who else could he be talking about? He couldn't have been talking about Bud because he don't talk to Bud. Mm-hmm. He was talking to EJ. He said, he's a grown man, and all I am is his strength and conditioning coach. So if it comes out of your strength and conditioning coach mouth that he wants you to fight him, but you don't you're not sure. Because you're not sure. You don't believe in yourself. If you think you can beat that man, you don't go in there and beat that man. Just that simple.
So you think this WBC title eliminator may also be a piece of the puzzle to get Errol Spence into a pretty decent fight after Udenis Ugas. That's if per se he wins. They might put him in there with Keith Thurman. So that switches up everything. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
And what he's going to do is they're going to say the old fight that should have happened, and people are going to think it's going to be Bud. It's not. It's going to be Keith Thurman, and they're going to like the fight that should have happened years ago, and that's what they're going to push it on. Oh,
Yeah.
their old rivalry renewed.
Yeah, true,
The two kings and blah blah blah, a whole bunch of BS. And they're gonna feed a washed up Thurman to EJ, so EJ can pad his record. And if EJ slip up and lose, they'll still win because he's PBC. And then they'll say, okay, well, it's back to Thurman. And they might do, if EJ is healthy enough after that fight, they'll probably do a twofer and say, now, okay, well, we got to run it back. Cause all the legacy and all the belts is on the line. Some BS like that.
And also, Mitch mentioned WBC eliminator don't mean nothing. It does. Just look at the IBF eliminator. Title eliminators supposed to say you're guaranteed a shot. You know what I'm saying? This is not just fighting for, like when you do for a title eliminator, that pretty much puts you in the seat to be the next up. You're gonna fight the champion, and the WBC eliminator, who's the WBC champion right now, Errol Spence. So they might be setting up this fight the way you see it, with surprises coming out of the blue, because just like Singer just said, they may be discounting the fight this year in 22 against Errol Spence, but they want another opponent to put on PPV that's going to be worthwhile. And that's probably going to be Keith Thurman. They're going to start bringing up all the times that they say he wouldn't acknowledge Errol Spence. He ducked. They're going to be doing a damn good promo on it. That might be it on the back end of 22. It might be the winner of this fight, man. If it's Keith Thurman, it'll probably be Keith Thurman and Errol Spence, man. Potentially.
Yeah, Thurman.
That'll be a good fight for Errol Spence too, man.
Errol Spence should have fought Keith Thurman right now. That would have gave him everything he needed. It would give him a better chance at success, and it would show that he's like, I cleaned up my old stuff. And he can still keep his fake narrative of his side of the street and getting all the belts. Thurman has not been old Thurman. Old Thurman was one of my favorite fighters. One time was one of my favorite fighters. Sometime he came down to 2, maybe 3 on my favorite fighter list. Now this no time Thurman, I ain't got no time for him.
Hey man, that's why he's come back after this 2.5 year hiatus, man, and hopefully he's reinvented, rejuvenated. He's ready to go. That's all I can say, because he's going in there against a guy with his first fight at 147. So I'm just assuming Keith Thurman gets it done. He brings back. He comes from no time to sometime there, Senior. He'll give you no time to sometime. I don't know if you're going to see one time, but you might get sometime, when he faced Barrios. That's all I can say. You might get sometime when he steps in there, bro.
Well, sometimes Thurman is better than this Thurman we've been having. Like he's I don't know what he's doing, but I really hope he do come and shake up the division. He still ain't gonna beat Bud, so he needs to stay away from Bud like he been doing. He was smart. Yeah. Stay away from Bud, because Bud gonna knock you out.
I tell people why. They ask me, I'm a pro Bud fan, and why this. I feel that he's a much better boxer than Spence, first and foremost. Just me, period. That's the way I feel. Everything else, I can sweeten it up with a whole lot of other stuff. But they're gonna say, no, Spence. I just think Bud is an overall better boxer than Spence. He's stronger than Spence, and he takes his career more serious than Spence. Don't get mad because personal shit that Spence has done has hindered his career. You know, that ain't hate. That's just what has happened. That's a factual reality right there. Jay Ocho said they had comeback going 6-1 on everything. Yeah, man, it's all good, man. I think you know, the guys on the chat are straight, man, mature adults, individuals. I mean, the guy on the panels, you know what I'm saying? But the ones in the chat, senior tell you the chat, a bunch of casuals, a lot of them. And you got some hardcore was being there, but a lot of them dudes is just casuals. They want to be a part of the group. You know what I'm saying? Mark Nash said Jay-Z Beyonce tickets cost about that much. Thurman is getting this because he bit the bullet and kept Spence at bay to the powers that be instructed him. That also was his downfall because he needed to be active and wasn't. And shout out to B&B Boxing News, man, on deck. He said, I won't pay for this shit. Hey, man, what did you feel about Timothy trying to put us on blast there, senior, about most of the people that want to see fights, the big fights, they're not going to pay for them. They're going to what he call them? They're going to stream them.
He probably streaming them. Let's keep it real. He probably streaming them.
Nah, I give him the benefit of the doubt. You know, Timothy Smith is at the fight, looking at the fight. I know for sure. That I know for sure. I don't see him in multiple fights. He has to be there, sitting down, watching the fight, dog. They have his ass at work.
But that's the thing. He at work. He not having to pay for it.
No, he ain't paying for shit.
Fan. He a boxing fan, so why he ain't pay for it?
Yeah.
Like, you can't be the pot calling the kettle black.
But he just showed up, you know, dumped all that mud in the consumer's laps as if we don't really care about, you know, the boxers of the sport themselves. We ain't gonna buy the fight. And in some cases, a lot of cases, yeah, people are out here crack streaming, but nah, bro. He said Carissa Shields and Thurman are both fighting the same day. Didn't she go at Keith's head a while back saying she could beat his ass? Now, you know, I'm gonna leave that alone because, you know, when people say they can beat professional boxers, I don't see that happening. You know, that'll be dirty. That'll be real dirty. You have people out here trying to catch Keith in the parking lot. He'll do it so dirty. No narrative say February 5th ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I feel you. Arrow wants Bud. Arrow don't want Bud, man.
He might want him for a date or something. He might want to slow dance with him or something on one of his TikToks. Respectfully.
Senior trying to say he might need a second, you know, body in the TikTok video. You know what I'm saying?
You know how he rock.
Everything he's done to now has shown. Man, no, man. Look, like that's why I have it when you get on the pro Errol Spence panels, they have everything that they continue to retread all the time. They have the same shit they want to talk about. They'll bring up now I'm hearing that Errol Spence ain't said nothing about Bud Crawford. He ain't never said nothing about him. That was bad. And that's not what it's about. Like, it's plenty that's been exchanged, but you can't take what Bo Mack and Bernie is saying and say those are the words of Bud. I mean, you can get mad at Bernie all you want. I want to try to get Bernie on the show, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to get Bernie on the show. I know who to talk to about that shit too. I'm trying to get Bernie on the show before the end of the week. Huh?
My thing is this: how can you hold Spence accountable for stuff that Bernie say, but then you don't hold EJ accountable for stuff that he say himself, or stuff that all of his people say, all his diehard fans, where they go crazy over the simple fact that, oh well, he took a picture with me while he was eating a steak, and he didn't have to take a picture with me. He took a picture with me. Oh well, I saw him when he was running away from Bud Crawford because, you know, Crawford knocked out Porter. He retired Porter, so he ran out the stadium, and I caught him while he was running out the stadium, and he took a quick picture with me and answered my question.
Who did that? Which meter did that?
I ain't gonna point out blue name.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna point out blue leg. You know what I'm
I'm just
saying?
saying, like, man, they say Errol Spence ain't said nothing about Bud, which is not true. He's been on record as saying some slick stuff, just like Crawford has said some slick shit, dog.
Of course. But my thing is this: how you gonna get mad at a man for telling you shouldn't be drinking and driving?
I mean, sometimes constructive shit hurts, bro. Like, be real. How do we as adults accept constructive? It's all about who giving us constructive criticism, right? And then if we deep down think that we have accountability for that shit, you know what I'm saying? Somebody gives you some constructive shit, you got to look at yourself and say, okay, I deserve that. I got you. I respect that. But if they don't respect your constructiveness, man, people gonna damn shoot it down. They're gonna say, fuck you. I don't want to hear nothing from you. Who are you to tell me some constructive criticism? I ain't trying to hear shit you got to say.
Just personally, I think EJ has handled it the wrong way. He could have been got the Bud fight. He could have been did stuff to not get the Bud fight and not make himself look bad. But the simple fact of the matter is, all his fans is going to eat up whatever he say, and they're going to follow whatever he say and keep moving the goalposts. The simple
Well, they
fact of the
saying he
matter,
ain't speaking though, senior. He ain't speaking. He ain't saying that. He mute. He mute, bro. He ain't
well,
saying nothing.
supposedly he was supposed to be firing back at Bud all this time, but then found out that all those tweets was fake, and then all this fake news they put out. All this fake news. Oh well, the fight gonna be brand. Oh, the fight is gonna be on free TV. The fight gonna be on free TV.
Mm-hmm. I remember that
Oh,
bullshit that came out. Man, they was blowing up damn YTC, right? Free TV, all the thumbnails. Free TV, huh?
free TV, free TV. Then the other one was, oh, he was like, I called you, but he ain't call nobody. He must have called Tyrone.
For real. Or Badu. Or Badu. One of
You feel
them.
me? What
And
Probably
then
both of.
and
He
then
might have sung
then some
Erica
come out.
Badu to Tyrone, Mr.
Then
Kissy Fit.
then wasn't a tweet come out talking about heavy lifting? He was doing all the heavy lifting or something.
Yeah, he doing all the heavy lifting.
Man, stop it.
Lifting what?
Man, stop it. I don't know what they lifting. I mean, come on. This is a physical sport. You lift a lot of shit. You lift your bag. You lift weights. You lift a lot of shit. Your body when you're doing push-ups, all that. What heavy lifting? I'm glad that shit kind of finally died down on YTC because it was getting nerve-wracking, man. Hearing heavy lifting every other live.
Yeah,
Ain't nobody
that mess is
ain't,
killing me. And it's like, okay, well, you're not taking the fight. None of the PBC people are taking the fight. How he's supposed to force them to fight? He's supposed to pull up at their house and fight them in the parking lot? Like he's supposed to fight them in the yard? What he's supposed to do? Like
I'm curious, man.
I'm trying to figure out what is Bud supposed to do. He already made a vid. They said, well, you ain't talking up the fight. You ain't calling nobody name specifically. You ain't doing this. You ain't doing that. Now he start talking. Oh, well, why he doing all this talking? Why he don't just take the 60-40? Wait a minute. You just said that he need to talk. That's why the fight ain't promoted. Now he promoting the fight and you got a problem. Come on now.
Yeah, you got to promote. You got a problem with him speaking up now. That's what you wanted. I mean, come on, that's what you wanted now. Don't be sensitive because a lot of Errol Spence fans are sensitive for real because they knew that car accident. After the car accident, they've been trying to be his damn caregiver for real. They've been trying to make sure that he has warm milk in the morning when he get up. You know what I'm saying? Somebody massaging his toes and shit, feeding him grapes, brushing his hair. They have a lot of caregivers on this shit now, man.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy to me. And then it's like they act like they don't see blatantly what the man says. They was like, well, we going to fight next. You gonna fight Bud next? Nah, I think I'm gonna go and ride some horses and be with my family and recoup. Wait, what? Oh well, we'll negotiate that the next time. I just gotta focus on this fight first. First, I gotta fight, Danny Garcia. Then after the Danny Garcia fight, oh well, I want to go ride horses. Then you make the Sean Porter fight. Okay, well after I fight Sean Porter, then we'll negotiate it. Then oh well, you Dennis Ugas fight. Oh well, I gotta fight Ugas first, and then oh well, I'm supposed to fight Manny Pacquiao, and then he get beat up in sparring. And since when getting beat up in sparring becomes an accident?
I have no idea, man.
Oh,
I
you know
think
he
it's
had
a,
the eye accident.
I think it becomes an accident when everything is crumbling. That's what's going on with Spence. He got a lot of shit going on. He crumbling. So I don't know, man. How can you go through that process and not only get touched up in sparring, but a video leak out of you getting touched up? How does that happen? How is somebody
That
there
part.
recording that particular incident when Derrick James supposed to have the place on lock?
I guess somebody else wanted the truth to come out. They wanted the lies to end and the truth to begin. For reality
Yeah,
to set in. Or does that not matter?
it doesn't. You know what I'm saying?
It got me
Do you?
quoting Jay-Z verses. But it's funny to me, man. Like some of the stuff be crazy. But my thing is this: no matter what, you got to stand on your square. And if he's really saying that he's the best, he's the one who handles everything. He make the money moves. Why he ain't make the money move with Crawford? That'd be the biggest fight he could get outside of Canelo. The only other fight bigger than him fighting Crawford is if he fought Canelo or Mayweather came back and he fought Mayweather. Something crazy like that.
So you're saying Canelo would oblige Errol Spence and come down to 60 and fight Errol Spence?
I
That
think
makes no sense to me.
I think that there's no way Canelo would do that. And if he did, he definitely would do it for Spence versus Crawford. He not gonna go fight Crawford unless he get to. I mean, he already on Clenbuterol. He get to choose his own doses amount. That's crazy
Yeah,
to me.
Mauricio's raised the levels, so we got to find out if the levels is raised up any higher. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
like he raised the levels to a level that we don't even know. He's Super Saiyan level
Yep.
Clenbuterol.
That
How
might
do
be
you get
about
to do that?
70% right now. Full blown roid rage, goddamn it, 70%. You know,
Facts. I'm like, how do
Re-
you do that? And nobody know what the levels is. That
man, Andrew said I ain't heard one person mention Bob all night till you showed up there. Andrew be on their neck, boy. You ain't lie. I'm definitely not talking about it because this is about Keith Thurman and Barrios. To be honest, you know, but man, if this fight don't happen, man, it would suck. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. It would suck, but I'm not too sure Errol Spence either one for make it to the fight with Ugas injury free. I don't think he makes it. If he does, I figure it's a 50-50 fight, really. You know what I'm saying? I think, Ugas, if everything is lining up for him, it just look like Ugas, man. Might be the night where he changes levels on us against
man,
Spence.
if Uga sit here and beat up Spence like I think is gonna happen, man, shoot. Spence gonna come up with all types of excuses. There's gonna be all types of excuses. The internet gonna go crazy. They gonna burn Texas to the ground. Man, it's gonna be all types of stuff. He was like, oh, he caught the COVID. Bet money he gonna say he caught the COVID.
Yeah, they always gonna blame it on COVID because no one even understands where COVID's at any given time. So yeah, COVID can come from anywhere. All you gotta do is take a test and run it on the tap water. It comes back positive. I'm telling you, that's
Yeah.
COVID. That's COVID, dog.
it's COVID crazy.
I just want
That's
to
what
get this shit. I really want them to fight this year, bro. I want to clean this shit up. So, a lot of these channels that's just pro Spence fans that they will deactivate their shit for a little bit, go on vacation, so we can have some peace and quiet in this bitch, and they can
that's
come
what
back
I'm
with a
talking
new
about.
attitude.
Cause I got the Bud Crawford sweatshirt on right now. You know what I'm saying? He been fishing. You feel me? I been fishing. He been trying to get the big fish. They don't want it. Whatever Thurman supposed to be now that he ain't one time, no time, Showtime. He done beat Showtime Porter up. I mean, they made him go and beat up his friend. He didn't even want to beat his friend up. He had to retire his friend so they would shut up. And they still
Yeah,
running their mouth. That's sad.
yeah, yeah. He had to retire his friend, man. It happens in boxing, but goddamn it, when your friend is down there hitting the canvas, and that's not part of the fight, you know what I'm saying? He throwing a tantrum and shit. You gotta stop the fight.
Yeah,
It was a good
he threw a
stoppage.
tantrum. Like that was something amazing right there. And I'm glad I want to see Porter get knocked out and gotta go to the hospital. Man, I love his Porterway podcast. He be talking that stupid stuff. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
sometimes it be stupid stuff, but I mean stupid like funny.
Porter is who he is. I just think Bud should get full credit for stopping him. I
Of
don't care
course.
what his dad had to do with it. Not Porter. Crawford. Crawford should get full credit for stopping Porter. I don't care what his pops did. I don't believe the shit when you talking about in training camp. You knew what the paycheck you was getting. Your ass was showing up ringside. You know damn well you weren't gonna stop no motherfucking fight before entering the ring because you wanted those millions. So therefore, he get in here, and you may have had a conversation with Sean that he was gonna retire. Okay, then you took it upon yourself so you won't take extensive amount of punishment and stop the fight. But don't come in the ring with some bullshit. Don't come up here and goddamn stomp all over the motherfucking victory that Crawford had and try to damn dilute it with your bullshit and rhetoric. Tell me, oh, I knew in practice. I knew in training camp. Nigga, you lying. Kenny Porter was lying his ass off, dog. He know he was lying. And these Spence channels out here that bring that shit up. You got to check yourself because you can't sit up here and smash on Kell Brook that he was ragu and then turn around and say the same thing for Sean Porter. He was in retirement. I mean that's damn hypocritical right there, man. Y'all on some shit with that.
Well, if I remember correctly, he said that he thought about retiring when he gonna fight Earl, but after the fight, he said, "Nah, I got some more fights left in me." When they
Mm-hmm.
told him that even if you win, you'll have to fight Bud again, he said, I don't want no parts of that."
Yeah.
He said, "I
He
don't
don't
want
want
no
no
parts
parts
of
of
that."
that.
He said, "I don't want no parts of that." He said, "I'm quitting." He said, "Win or lose, I'm quitting because I ain't about to fight this man again." So come on now, they need to stop it. And they said, "What if Earl smashes Ugas?" You mean like on a date night? I mean, sound like a happy ending. Pause.
If Errol Spence destroys Ugas, then what? I don't know
I don't
none
want to.
because
You need to start watching
I
that
have
part of
no idea.
Pornhub.
Hey man, I have no idea what the plan is with PBC with this. Like this title eliminator is coming out of nowhere. It seems like they're trying to properly prepare for the winner of Barrios Thurman to potentially face the winner of Ugas Spence because it may be deeper than what we believe with this damn Crawford negotiation. You know what I'm saying? It might be deeper than what we imagine. Kenny Porter is deplorable. The Spence fan club demanded the Porter fight. They all put money on Porter, but he got manhandled. So now they say he washed up. Absolutely, Andrew,
Facts.
man.
Facts. They were
Absolutely.
saying, "Oh, well, Porter might even stop him. Porter might stop him." I
Yeah,
was like,
Porter
"Well,
might
what, he gonna
stop
stop him on the way to the bathroom and congratulate him for knocking him out? What you mean?"
for real. Stop and shake his hand, give him a hug. Hey, we friends? Yeah, okay, we good. We good.
I was the only one. I was the only one on all of these channels saying that he's gonna retire him. I said it blatantly. He's gonna retire him. And what he do? Think about it. The Bud, the dude Bud was like, "Yo, I gotta shout out my dude, Sir Singer. He been repping the team so hard." Think about it. When he went looking for Spence in the water, he said, "That's some food, food for thought." Ain't that my slogan? Come on, shout out to Bud Crawford, man. I be fishing too, bro. I be fishing too.
He was looking for Nemo, man. You know, it's harder to look for the smaller fish, dog. You know what I'm saying? He might have been talking big fish, but really it was Nemo. Finding Nemo is difficult. Finding Nemo is difficult in the ocean, bro.
He was trying to find that one-eyed catfish, the kissy fish, kissy fish.
But at least Bud actually went out there in the water looking for the big fish. He went looking. He took initiative. He went looking for him, dog.
Facts. He did that on his vacation. He said, "Let me pause the vacation real quick and go ahead and look for the big fish." Where you at, Earl?
Man, they hate that shit, boy. Damn, they hate that shit. Let me see if I still got my motherfucking thumbnail up this bitch. Probably not. I think I took it down. Oh yeah, my thumbnail. Crawford at the damn beach saying, "Yo, Nemo." Crawford search for big fish. Man, it is what it is, man. We need to somehow, some way find a we need to find an antidote to make this shit pop, man. We need to find somebody to stick it in their neck, put them under influence, and sign this fight. Something.
Most definitely, because I'm ready to see it, man. Because Thurman already finding ways to duck Bud. How you already finding ways to duck Bud and you ain't even fought the person you supposed to fight first? You duck
At least
he's
being proactive, though. At least he's being proactive.
He definitely being proactive because he's like, man, I'm gonna find a way to get out of this fight before I even finish this next fight. I got to get away from this.
I got to get away from this. I got to talk about this WBC eliminator shit. I ain't mad at him. Be proactive, dog. I ain't mad at Thurman. But I'll tell you what, if Thurman and Errol Spence step in the ring, bro, you know, Spence take that L, it's gonna change the landscape of YouTube. These people are gonna be out here committing criminal acts, dog, for real. Especially over there in Texas. They're gonna have motherfucking out there, you know, doing consults, free consults on the street. They help these dudes, you know, carry on in life. They're gonna be hurt. They're gonna be hurt, dog. I don't know what they're gonna do over there in Texas when Spence lose. I don't know why people taking this shit personal either. For real. Look, my link is in the chat, right? For the big mouths that was over there. You talking all that shit in the chat, man. It's just when I leave one person's chat, I don't go carry forward to the other person's chat. I don't do that. I respect the host who's there. But man, you do definitely have some individuals that's just not about boxing. They just all about chat. You know, chat participation. That's it. And when that shit, that chat heat up for Errol Spence losing to Terrence Crawford, man, it's gonna be some nastiness, man. It's gonna be some personal shit. Motherfuckers making threats, all that. This fight needs to happen this year, but will it? I don't fucking know, dog. I don't know, but I can almost guarantee you ain't shit gonna change. You know, if he ain't able to get the fight, Bud Crawford go to 54, take a fight. Do whatever you please, goddammit. Don't wait on Spence. I'll tell you that much. Don't wait on him. It was up to Ugas. Shock Spence in the world was Bud in shallow water. Hey, that's where you find little Nemo. There none. You find little Nemo in shallow water, bro. You know Nemo didn't like going into the deep. He thought he was gonna get 8. Thurman said he'll fight Bud next. if he cannot get Spence. We'll see how that works. Because PBC is looking to make some money to build Spence up, to really put him on some PPVs. For real, I'm telling you, man, they trying something. Watch it, I'll tell you. They trying something with this damn hiking up the price, man. WBC eliminator. They trying something new, y'all. Don't let this shit slide by you like it's nothing. They are absolutely trying some shit right now. They got the big hats out there. They got the rabbits. They sitting up there pulling that bitch and putting it back in, pulling that bitch out, putting it back in the hat. They doing a lot of trickery right now, for real. They're planning something, man. It definitely needs to happen this year. Just think about it like this. Keith Thurman wins this WBC eliminator. All they're going to be talking about is him fighting Spence. That's it. It's going to be no other names. They're going to be talking about him fighting Spence. After he fight Ugas, and we're expecting the shit with Crawford, it's either going to be two. Either we're going to get the Crawford fight, or we're going to get Errol Spence faces down Keith Thurman. Then in probably 23, we'll get Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. I don't fucking know. Don't let me have y'all, have me line up here lying to y'all for real. Don't have me up here lying to y'all for real, dog. It definitely needs to happen this year. Bud better stay busy. Shouts to all the chats across the land. For real, shout out to the chats. And you have idiots everywhere. But when I drop the link in there, I just don't never get that same people to pull up, dog. I don't even get them to pull up in the chat unless they're on the ghost account. Just come up here and show some love, dog. Being called all hoes and all that. More promotion for Spence versus Ugas if Keith opens his mouth. If Keith opens his mouth after running through Barrios, right? Hey, he's a good promoter. So I'm looking forward to that. He's a good promoter. Yes, indeed. He said, you drop that link, that shit is like poison. Them rats, they scam. Hey, man, all I'm saying is you see the shit that goes on. Like, you have people that's just all over there talking reckless. I mean, just love keeping the name in the mouth. They never show up to the highway, man. Just show up to the highway one time, man. Click the link. And so you can get it out. I'm not going to mute you. If you don't shut up, if you're just going to overtalk, but we can have a conversation, a dialogue. You know who you are. Plenty of y'all out there. You're invited. Plenty of y'all invited, man. Spence has said a few things consistently. He wants to be undisputed and fuck Keith Thurman. You know what? I have no idea what their plan of attack is, but they up to something. For real. They COA is becoming obvious that it may indeed be Spence versus the winner of Barrios Thurman. That's what I'm thinking. And, they kind of putting the fight off with Crawford to later until they figure it out. I truly believe that's what's going on with that. They have to make sure it's perfect. Everything has to align, man. Errol Spence may not be healthy enough. Who knows, bro? We don't fucking know what's going on with Spence. Only thing we know, we have his gullible supporters up here that's coming up with new information, just putting, toilet paper on top of toilet paper, whether it's used or new. You know what I'm saying? If it got some shit on it before, they just put new toilet paper over it and treat it like it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't smell shit. They just keep on wiping and wiping and wiping. Only thing we want is to fight. That's it. And then lastly, we gotta hear something on Kambosos. Now we hear Lomachenko and Gervonta, Kambosos Devin. I really want this of all the two. I really want Kambosos to fight Haney because it ain't no ifs, ands, or buts no more. It's all or nothing. You fighting for history, legacy, and this will be the first time in boxing history that we have a lightweight fight, a boxing match period, that goes all the way from the franchise down to the WBO ring and lineal titles. That's it. This will be the first and it'll be last for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So I really want to see this fight. For Lomachenko, if he chooses to step in there and get to Gervonta Davis, that seems so far out over the mountaintop, down in the caves and crevices. I don't know. Unless it just pops up like Barrios and we really getting a Lomachenko fight and Tank, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. I'm going to tell you, I truly believe Gervonta can stop Lomachenko. I do. I do believe he can stop him. I do believe that Gervonta can stop Lomachenko. That's just my assessment. I think he can make easy work of Lomachenko, man. Lomachenko got mad miles on his body. He has some miles on his body. He did look impressive against, Richard Comey, but that was Richard Comey, man. That was Richard Comey. That wasn't Gervonta Davis. I think Eddie might come out a left field and lock in the Haney fight. He's been putting a lot of bites out there in the media about the fights almost close to being done, and it's going to be in the Middle East. So I hope that is authentic in what he's talking about. If not, then it's 1,000% going to be Loma. Yeah, for sure. Eddie had better stop with all that Middle East talk. If that's where the money at, man, go over there. Shit. If that's where the money at, as long as we make the fight. Now all of a sudden Spence must be Mexican because y'all are acting like the WBC is plotting for him. The WBC always on bullshit. Now it's to help Spence in some plan against Crawford because there's no Mexicans up there, bro. He's still a WBC champion, but there's no Mexicans for him to damn sabotage or come up with the master plan, dog. Thinking of a master plan. I mean, hey, that 147-pound different right now. You have 3 black champions. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, goddamn Udenis Ugas, his shade color is black, even though he's Cuban. You have 3 black champions in 47. The Mexican that they would love to sit up there and shake things up, he's unable to do so. Virgil Ortiz cannot do anything right now. So Mauricio's like, God damn it, Virgil. All the work I put in, I'm going for tradition to evolution, and you're stuck in tradition. You're broke. You're broke mentally already. Mauricio's disappointed in Virgil not being able to shake shit up. That's why he's bringing up Mario Barrios, man. He's trying to see if Barrios has the armor that it takes to dethrone Thurman and get that shot with Errol Spence and put on a show. This is in revenge, El Azteca, of my compeer, my countryman, Mikey Garcia. I will vow to go in there and finish the job. That's what Barrios is here for. So we'll see how that plays out. Barrios may be a damn hitman. They might have brought Barrios up here to be the hitman for Spence. You know what I'm saying? The goddamn take him out. Do some Nancy Kerrigan shit. Tanya Hardy, Nancy Kerrigan shit, dog. the goddamn hitman might be right here, right now, dog. For real. They giving him a main event too with Keith Thurman. This might be a little fishy. Y'all. Stay tuned. All right? This might be a little fishy, for real. Yeah, Cambosis keep on saying Ozzy, not Middle East. But I don't know who to believe, and you don't want to get exhausted trying to figure out who's telling the truth. You don't want to get overly exhausted off that bullshit they be on. I forgot about Virgil. Bud may just be forced to fight him next. Look, mark my words, people. Listen to me and listen to me carefully. If Virgil Ortiz fight Terrence Crawford in the next 2 years, he will get stopped. So he better hopes between right here currently to the beginning of 23, February 23, let's say first semester that between that time, we're able to basically settle the score with Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, and that Terrence Crawford moves on to 54, because there's no need for him to stay down here as undisputed and defend those titles against Virgil Ortiz. Just vacate the belts like you did at 40 and move the fuck up to 54. Fuck it. You don't have shit else to prove, bro. Go goddamn step on Spence like he a doormat. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and step on Spence like he a doormat. Talking about welcome to retirement. That's what the Mac gonna say. Welcome to retirement. Go ahead, get Bud in there to retire damn Spence. Get him out the way so he can become a trainer. Or he move up to 54, fight somebody. But it's coming, people. Seriously, it's coming. And y'all need to stop trying to be personal with this shit, dog. Just have one with yourself. If you heard it from WCS, this shit ain't personal for me. But dang, y'all need to stop being personal, man. Just accept the fact that Terrence Crawford's the better fighter than Errol Spence. And when they get in there, you know, he gonna step on goddamn Errol Spence's damn pride and confidence, man. He gonna take those straps. He know what the motherfucker is, dog. What's understood don't need to be explained with this fight. Y'all, the fans, know what it is. I know you tired of talking about it. I am too. But it just seems like now the new word of the day is, people. The new word of the day. I don't know if y'all heard it. The new word of the day. It used to be heavy lifting. Now it's envy. Team Crawford is envious. They're jealous of Errol Spence Jr. That's the new word, envy. Y'all go to sleep tonight. Remember, that is the key word right now that's on the surface. It's on the chalkboard. It's highlighted, circled. It's in bright neon orange. Envy. That's the new word. So until next time, man, y'all hold it down in this camp, man. Appreciate y'all pulling up tonight. Appreciate y'all pulling up, for real. I have an interview tomorrow with Jahai Tucker. I really want y'all to tune in and ask this young man some questions. All right? I have an interview tomorrow with Jahai Tucker. I would definitely like y'all to tune in and, you know, participate and ask him some questions, okay? That is 6-0 Jahai Tucker, who's on IG, who is _ Jahai Tucker. Check him out, get a little familiarization with him. You know what I'm saying? And he contends at welterweight. And that's somebody y'all should be thinking about too, that's coming up hard, strong. So yeah, tune in and make it happen. You know, to all the haters out there, man, all the dudes that like calling other people bitches and shit like that, we all don't move alike. Remember that. We don't move alike. I don't go out here looking for anything. You know what I'm saying? I don't. And I don't allow somebody to hold me accountable for something I can't account for. I say it all the time. So I don't take too much interest in all the disrespect. I just look at it like, damn, times has changed where, you know, we can communicate with one another and it's done and over. But then you see other dudes in other people's live chats talking about you. Like they talking about me, putting my shit in all caps. I'm like, damn, they have to go spread the news to sway other adults. But the ones I do like the most is the ones that's in this chat. Those are the ones that fucking matter to me. Real talk. The ones that support the channel all the time and drop down content and ask questions. I appreciate you. And those are the ones that I want to give a big salute to, man. Continue to pull up. Turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports. I'm out.